Hey legends, so welcome back to the budget build race car. So been a little while since I posted. That's because I've been working and the odd day or two I've had off, the weather has literally been no good. And by the looks of it, the weather is a lot better today, so hopefully we get some stuff done. So let's get into it. Alright, so now I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to find the right tool to do this job. Right, let's get into it and show you what we're putting in. So with circuit racing, you do have to have a fire extinguisher. They've got to be at least a 3.5 kilo one, have mounted on your driver's side front floor or somewhere close to the driver's side, because the fire extinguisher's at least got to be within arm's reach from the driver's seat. So I'm hoping to mount it somewhere where I can reach it, or if that just rip the seatbelt off and be able to reach it. So I think I found a spot. So I think I'm going to mount it here on the passenger side floor. Just drilled a couple of holes there and just mount it about there somewhere. I reckon that should be an alright spot. So we'll whack some bolts or nuts or something in there and get that mounted in. So to mount this in, I'm just using some really long 10G by 40mm metal screws to mount it. This probably isn't the correct way to do it, but for what I'm using the car for, it's going to suit my purpose. So I don't recommend that anybody else do this to their car. This is just how I do it, and it's going to suit my needs. So now we'll just put this in here and see if it fits. Make sure it's all nice and snug. Make sure everything does up, that it's nice and tight. So we've got that. Oh, just come undone. So now we've got that snapped down. We'll just pop this in. So then we know she's all nice and tight, tucked down, and that it's not going to come popping open and fly around the cab. And just like that, good, done. So now we're in the driver's seat. Need to see if I can actually reach it. So, alright, so I'm sitting back in the driver's seat. Say something goes wrong, reach down, flick the seatbelt out, reach down. Yep, I'll be able to flick that, grab that, no worries at all, and put out any fire or anything, but we don't need a fire, trust me. Alright, so that's one job down. Let's have a look at something else we've got to do today. Now in the last video you would have seen me replace these coil packs because it had that stupid miss in it. And remember I also went to start it as well, and the battery was flat, and then I was telling you guys about the starter motor and all that. Well, no more skanky starter motor. We've got a nice freshie up in there. And if you just remember from the first episode, it had these leaky rocker covers. It was leaking oil down the back of the motor, so I went to change them and actually realised the bolts on the rocker cover were actually loose. So I cleaned up all the old oil in that, tightened them down, got my partner to drive the car for a few days, did around 400 k's in it. And after tightening them bolts up on that rocker cover, it's not leaking anymore. So I'd say someone had played with it or they'd been replaced and just never tightened the rocker cover back up. Because I'll just give you a look, I degreased this. And yeah, she's done that many Ks, and there was a heap of oil right down the back of the motor, down on top of the bell housing and everything. And yeah, now it's all still clean. So it was just a rocker cover that was leaking. The bolts were loose. So we ended up buying new rocker cover gaskets when we didn't really need them, but because this has been sitting around for a while, we'll end up changing them, just in case that they do decide to leak, because just by tightening them up, you know, not exactly the right thing to do, so I will swap them out later. And also while driving the car, when we was putting it on full lock, I was getting a real sharp pierce, like a real sharp pierce scratching noise, like there was a rock or something caught between the rotor and the brake pad, and I only done it when you had it on full lock. But I tell you what, I ended up finding out what it was, and I fixed that damn thing. And before anyone says anything, yes, I know safety first. I should have a jack stand under the car and not just a jack, but this is the way I do things, so doesn't mean you do it. So I'll show you what actually happened and how I fixed it. And yeah, if you guys are liking this sort of thing, hit the thumbs up, give us a subscribe. It means a lot when you guys subscribe. So we've got a lot of cool stuff happening for this thing, remember. It's a budget build, $5 grand we're going to throw at this thing for racing, and then later on we're going to spend some more on it and strap a turbo to this thing, so let's get into it. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but this bottom ball joint here, that's what it was. The loud scraping noise, and that'd be because from where it was sitting around, all the grease in here went dry. So because this is a budget build, to save a bit of money, all I done was punch a hole in there, sprayed a whole heap of WD-40 in there, and that fixed it. Obviously it's only a temporary fix, but hey, it's a budget build, so you do what you got to do on a budget. And remember I was saying I brought new leads for it, because these ones here are like really horrible and that, so we're going to swap those out because these ones here are looking really sad. And voila, here you go, brand new 8mm Eagle plug leads to go on this thing, so let's get them in there and get these on. Poof, there, done, finished. Nah, just kidding, let's get them on. Woof, nice shiny new ones, yeah boy. So for anyone who's not watching from Australia, the new ones, like these ones got like cylinder 1 on them, so I'll just grab this one here, match it up, that looks about right, and then just swap them out one at a time, unless you know you're from Australia and you can just, you know, yank all these off, which most of you boys would know being an Ecotech V6 how easy they are to swap over. But I just thought I'd show that for anyone who's not watching from Australia, or any young players out there that are looking to change their leads and that on their Ecotech V6 Commodore, just how to do them in 1 through to 6. And we'll just pop this last one on there now, and that's all 6. They look so much better than those old skanky ones that was on there. So, well, the only next thing to do is get her down off the jack, see if she'll start, and what do you say? Should we get on the Lemmy, boys? Let's see if she fires up. Whoa, yeah. Oh yeah, she's running so much smoother now. Still ran her right with the old leads, but you can definitely tell the difference between them. And these old ones here, instead of chucking them into the bin, well, we might just hold on to them for some spares in case we have a breakdown at the track and need one. So now she's running nice and smooth. Should we give it that? Lemmy! And a Lemmy check, yep, she's running mint. So anyone from Australia, they call these a mang bus, because that's what they sound like on the Lemmy. Like they're going mang, 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 mang. Because here in Australia we say, there ain't no party like a 3.8. So I hope you boys enjoyed that bit of Lemmy action. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up guys, drop me a message, let me know what you thought of the video. And yeah, we'll have to start getting some mods and that happening, and start getting her circuit race ready for next year, I suppose. I'm just wondering where we'll go next on this car. What will be the next thing to do? We've got all the little mechanical gremlins and that out of the way. We've done all the serviceable stuff for it, so we've mounted the fire extinguisher. So I'm just wondering, what do we do next? And obviously I've got to get a few things myself. I've got to get a new helmet, I've got to get a set of gloves, a couple other bits and pieces of safety gear, and then we'll get starting to bolt on some mods to this thing. Like I said, we'll throw some extractors on here. We'll go 2.5 into a 3-inch system, one muffler down underneath. Don't know if we'll go a high flare cat or we'll just straight pipe this and get rid of the cat. And we'll even make up a plate, cut this out, put a stainless steel plate there and run twin 3-inch pipes there. Or we'll just run twin 3-inch pipes out the back there. There should be enough room there. If not, we'll just cut this out a bit more. So I think I'll leave this one there, guys. So if you're liking the race car build, remember it is budget, $5,000. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, let me know what you think in the comments. It means a hell of a lot. Share it around with your friends and all that, because like the plates say that I showed you in the last episode, this car's name is Party Time, because this thing is going to be an absolute party. So until next time, guys, I'll catch up with you in the next one. And don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, do all those crazy things. And yeah, I'll get some more parts to this thing and keep you guys updated. So until next time, guys, party time out. See yous.